Dear students, in this particular session, I will discuss how to draw the vertical stress distribution diagram on a horizontal plane at any given depth under the point load. For this, I will take one illustration. With the help of this illustration, we can understand the various steps involved in plotting the vertical stress distribution diagram on a horizontal plane under any point load. So, we have to use here in any vertical stress distribution diagram. For plotting any vertical stress distribution diagram, we have to use the Bose-Einstein equation. What is that? Sigma z is equal to 3q divided by 2 pi into z cube divided by r square plus z square to the power of pi by 2. Now here, so let us understand what are the given conditions in this illustration. So we have to determine the vertical stress distribution on a horizontal plane at a depth of 2 meter under given point load of 100 kilonewton. So which means, so depth is given as well as the point load, magnitude of the point load is mentioned. So depth is nothing but z, so z is nothing but 2 meter, and point load is nothing but q, which is also given here 100 kilonewton. So by knowing these two parameters, so z is equal to 2 meter as well as q is equal to 100 kilonewton, and by varying the r values, any arbitrary values of r, we have to determine the value of sigma z. So sigma z is nothing but what? Vertical stress, magnitude of the vertical stress. So that has to be evaluated by knowing z, q values as well as by varying the r values. So we have to determine the value of z, sigma z. Okay. Now, so in this particular equation, so we will evaluate now what the given parameters. Okay, let us check. So what is the final form of this equation? Okay, so now we will substitute q value is equal to 100 kilonewton and z value is equal to 2 meter. Okay, in this particular equation. So the equation will be, so sigma z is equal to 3 into 100, so divided by 2 5. Okay, z cube, so 2 cube divided by r square plus 2 square to the power of pi by 2, 2 square to the power of pi by 2. Now if we simplify, the equation takes the form, so something like this: sigma z is equal to 381.97 divided by r square plus 4 to the power of pi by 2. Okay, 381.97 divided by r square plus 4 to the power of pi by 2. Okay, so this is going to be in terms of kilonewton per meter square. So let us mark this particular equation. Okay, so this is very much important. Here in this particular equation, we are going to substitute the different values of r. So then we are going to determine the value of sigma z. Okay, so the values of r, we can start from 0, any arbitrary value, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, like that you can take at 0.5 interval, 0.5 meter interval, or 1 meter interval, like 0 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, so on, like that also we can take. Okay, so normally if we take the any pressure distribution or vertical stress distribution diagram on horizontal plane, it will be something like this. So sigma z, so this is nothing but the q value, that is nothing but the point load, magnitude of the point load. This is going to be the line of action. This is nothing but the horizontal plane what we are talking about. Okay, so now if we plot the sigma z, okay, sigma z, so naturally the vertical stress, okay, vertical stress along this line of action, will be maximum, magnitude of the vertical stress along this line of action will be maximum, that is nothing but straight away beneath the point load, applied point load. As we go away from this line of actions, so by given radial distance, so this is nothing but our radial distance, so this is nothing but lateral or in the lateral direction. Okay, radial distance. So for example here 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. If we go on calculating the value of sigma z, so this value is going to be reduced. This value is going to be reduced like this naturally. Okay, so this will be the general pattern of the vertical stress distribution on any horizontal plane. Okay, any horizontal plane. If you take the horizontal, if you consider the horizontal plane here also, okay, so the shape will be like this only. Okay, so that is nothing but what the vertical stress magnitude will be going to maximum. Okay, will be maximum along the line of action. Okay, that is nothing but beneath the point load, applied point load, and the magnitude of the vertical stress diminishes as we go away from this line of action. So that is nothing but what, with the increasing value of r, so the magnitude of the sigma z will be reducing. Okay, so this we have to understand. So uh, what we need to do is nothing but we have to increase the value of r, increase the value of r up to the point when the sigma z will be something like 0.1 or 0.001 like that. So 0.1 like that. So that is nothing but what the sigma z will be the least among the all the values. So we have to check the trend. So sigma z, for example, r is equal to 0 should be maximum. So r is equal to 0 means radial distance is 0 here. R is equal to 1 meter means here will be diminishing. Okay, so here 4 or 5 meter. So if we plot, so that will be going to be least. So at least that particular, up to that particular point we have to calculate the value of sigma z. Okay, so now for this illustration, if we substitute the value of various values of r, say from 0, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter and 4 meter, okay, up to 4 meter I am going to evaluate. Let us check what is the value of sigma z. Okay, so in kilonewton per meter square. So as I already told you, the sigma z form, that is nothing but the equation form after substituting the depth z value as well as point load q value. So sigma z is equal to 381.97 divided by r square plus 4 to the power of 5 by 2. So in which we are going to substitute now. Okay, so here if we calculate the value of sigma z, right, sigma z, so this is r, this is sigma z. Okay, r sigma z, so r in terms of meter, sigma z in terms of kilonewton per meter square. So 0 if you substitute, it is going to be 11.94, 11.94. If you substitute 1, it is going to be 6.83, 6.83. 2, 2.11, okay, 3.63, 0.63. 4 if you substitute 0.21, 0.21. So what is the pattern here? If we are increasing the value of r, if we go away from the line of action, so 0 means at the line of action only, okay, along the line of action only r. So 1, 2, 3, 4 means we are going away from the line of action, as I already explained. So r value we are increasing here. So the trend of sigma z is nothing but what? It is decreasing. Okay, as I said. So this should be the pattern. Okay. So now if we plot, so that is nothing but with the value of r as well as sigma z. So the shape of the vertical stress distribution diagram will be something like this. You can practice on your graph paper. Just I will show you the sample sketch. Okay. So this is the point load you have to mention. Q is equal to 100 kilonewton on the graph paper. Okay, so then the line of action we have to show mention, right? So this is going to be the R value. Okay, so this is nothing but R value, right? So in this, here you have to mention 0. This is the origin. So this is 1 meter, this is 2 meter, this is 3 meter, this is 4 meter, right? So likewise 1 meter, it is also symmetrical one, okay, about the vertical axis. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, left hand side as well as right hand side, okay. Now this particular axis is going to be of sigma z values, okay, in kilonewton per meter square, sigma z value in terms of kilonewton per meter square, okay. Okay, just remember this one, the magnitude of sigma z, and R value is going to be in terms of meter. Now if we plot, okay, the vertical stress distribution diagram, before that we will mark the points, okay, at 0, so 11 point, okay, so 11.94, what are the values here? So I will mention, just I will here I will show you the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. So this is nothing but R value. Sigma z values are 11.94, 6.83, 2.11, 0.63, 0.21, okay. So now 11.94, so 11.94 is the maximum value, 0.21 is the least among this, okay. So we will have something like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, okay, like this. 11.94 is going to be somewhere here near to 12. 6.83, so for 1 meter radial distance we are going to get 6.83, between 6 and 8, somewhere here, okay. 6.83 somewhere here, both left hand side as well as right hand side. I am going to show the value of sigma z, okay. So this is here, this is point, okay. So I can change the color here, so for your understanding purpose I will change the color, okay. So this is the one point, this is another point, this is another point, okay. So now next point is 2.11 at a radial distance 2 meter, 2.11, so that means between 2 and 4, okay, between 2 and 4, right. So then the 3 meter distance, radial distance, we are getting 0.63, so between 0 and 1, between 0 and 1, okay. So between 0 and 1 here also, and the last value for radial distance 4 meter, 0.21, still it is less than the previous, okay, 0.21. Now if we join all such points, so like this is going to be the vertical stress distribution diagram on the horizontal plane at a depth. You can mention here, okay, you can mention here somewhere here, so z is equal to 2 meter, z is equal to 2 meter, okay. So this is the vertical stress distribution diagram on the horizontal plane at a depth of 2 meter, okay, under the point load of 100 kilonewton, 100 kilonewton. So the same plot, the same exercise you can practice on your notebook, as well as the vertical stress distribution diagram you can practice on the graph paper, okay. This is very much important. Now we will further move in this direction. So we will see what happens if we increase this particular depth, okay. What happens if we increase the depth? What is going to be the magnitude of this sigma z? So that is nothing but what? The vertical stress, okay. So we will check this, right? So till now we have discussed the values of sigma z by taking the value of r, that is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 meter at this interval, and the depth value of z is equal to 2 meter. Okay, so next we will take z is equal to 4 meter. I am going to increase the depth. So to check the influence of the depth on the sigma z, so let us remember these values, okay, 11.94, 6.83, 2.11, 0.63 and 0.21, and we will compare it with the value that we are going to get in the next case. So that is nothing but z is equal to 4 meter. Okay. Now here we are going to consider again the Bose-Einstein equation. Okay, Bose-Einstein equation. Okay. So in this Bose-Einstein equation, we are going to take the z as 4 meter. Z we are going to increase, and Q will be same as previous, so 100 kilo Newton. If we substitute these values, so the value of sigma z or the form of the equation form will be something like this. So sigma z is equal to 3 into 100 divided by 2 pi into z cube. So 4 cube divided by r square plus 4 square to the power of 5 by 2, to the power of 5 by 2. Okay. Now here if we further simplify the equation becomes like this. So sigma z is equal to 3055.77 divided by r square plus 16 to the power of pi by 2, r square plus 16 to the power of 5 by 2 in the denominator. Now in this particular equation we are going to have the same values of the r as the previous. So that is nothing but I am going to evaluate the value of sigma z in this particular equation. Okay, in this particular equation by keeping the same values. So 0, 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter. Okay, so same value of r I am adopting. So 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter and 4 meter. I am going to check the value of sigma z. Okay, so if we substitute in the equation, in this particular equation, so this you can mark in this particular equation, the values are going to be, so I will write here r as well as sigma z. Okay, sigma z always you remember in kilonewton per meter square I am discussing. So r is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So sigma z values are going to be 2.98 if you substitute the various values of r. Okay, so 2.56, 1.71, 0.98, 0.53. Now if we compare the various values of that we got from this illustration for various depths, this is going to be something like this. Say it is nothing but z is equal to 2 meter depth, z is equal to 4 meter depth. First one is shallow depth at a deeper depth. So the r value remains constant here, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. For z is equal to 2 meter depth, the values of sigma z are 11.94, 6.83, 2.11, 0.63, 0.21. Similarly, z is equal to 4 meter depth. So for 0 is equal to, for r is equal to 0 meter, so 2.98, so 2.56, 1.78, 0.98, 0.53. So these values are nothing but what? These are the values of sigma z, that is nothing but vertical stress, magnitude of vertical stress. Now if we compare these two set of values, so two important observations that can be made. First important observation is nothing but the trend here, as we are increasing the values of r, so that is nothing but the radial distance of r, as r it is increased, sigma z values are going to be reduced. So that is nothing but what, as we move away from the line of action of point load, the value of sigma z decreases. So this is the observation number 1. Observation number 2 is nothing but what, when we take the depth as a consideration, or it is nothing but as a factor, as an important factor. Okay, so as we go from a shallow depth to deeper depth, so it is nothing but 2 meter to 4 meter, the magnitude of the vertical stress are going to be decreased, okay. So this is nothing but what, the two important observations that can be made from this particular illustration, okay. Now if we plot these two set of values with the help of a normal graph paper, okay, normal graph paper, so the plot will be of this kind. So Q is equal to 100 kilonewton, which is acting on the surface, right. So this is the horizontal plane that we are talking about, right. So the line of action is this one beneath the point load, right. Now if we take the magnitude of the vertical stress, so this is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12, 10 and 12, okay. So the R values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly here 1, 2, 3 and 4, right. Now if we plot the vertical stress distribution diagram for 2 meter depth, initially we got the set of values for 2 meter depth, okay, shallow depth. So the values were, so 11.94, 6.83, 6.83, 6.83, then 2.11, then 2.11, so 2.11, then 0.63, 0.63, then 0.21, okay, 0.21. So this is the stress distribution diagram. So sigma z, variation of sigma z at 2 meter depth, okay, at 2 meter depth, right. Now if we take the deeper depth into consideration, so that is say 4 meter, okay, 4 meter, the values are 2.98, so 2.98, okay. So let me choose different color, 2.98, right, at r is equal to 0, 2.56, 2.56, okay, both ends, so left hand side as well as right hand side, 2.56, 1.78, 1.78, then 0.98, 0.98, 0.98, then 0.53, okay, then 0.53. If we plot, the vertical stress distribution diagram will be of this kind. So this is for sigma z at 4 meter depth, okay, 4 meter depth. So we can clearly distinguish between these two diagrams, as the vertical stress magnitude is going to be decreased, okay, as we take the deeper depth into consideration, okay. Although the trend remains same, as we are moving away from the line of action, the magnitude of the sigma z is going to be decreased. We are going to get the peak value of sigma z beneath the applied load, okay, along the line of action, and the magnitude of the vertical stress is going to be decreased as we are moving away from the line of action. So this is the very important observation that we are going to uh, understand, that we are going to take, okay, for our consideration, okay. So this similar sketch you have to plot on the normal graph paper by taking the two depths into consideration, 2 meter as well as 4 meter, and you can cross check or verify the uh, pattern of the vertical stress distribution curve, okay. So with this I will wind up today's session. We will be discussing the next topic in the next upcoming video lecture, okay. Thank you.